The tip to field.
It is Saturday, June 28th, and the Yankees kick off the second half of the 2028 schedule against the Oakland Athletics in Game 2 of a 3-game set. Clarke, Schmidt on the mound, trying to make it 3 straight wins for the Yankees. My recap and your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
Well, that sucked. What an awful game. That was a borderline unwatchable game. I like to watch the rain, and right now it is raining outside, and I found a lot of the time during this game, I found myself just looking out the window, watching the puddles rather than watching the Yankees. We've got a ton of voicemails today, people very, very unhappy, but I got to say, I found this game borderline unwatchable. We got a call about that. Let's start with that.
Hey, Derek, a completely unwatchable baseball today. Really, really bad. It's the 8th inning, and I'm giving up. One thing about Judge, since that day off on the 12th, has gone 7 for 51. That's 137. Just saying.
I have to say, guys, this is not worthy of the Yankees brand that they've worked for 100 years to build. This was an embarrassment of a baseball game. An embarrassment of a baseball game. 2 games in a row. They had 4 hits last night. They had 3 hits today. 7 hits in 2 games against the Athletics. Now, I know they won last night, but now the Yankees are in a very, very difficult position because tomorrow they have to rely on Marcus Stroman in the rubber game. Stroman has not pitched since April 11th. His ERA is over 11. And it was over 6 in the minor leagues. And the offense is still asleep. So I would not count on much run production or run support for Stroman tomorrow. I got to say, to put forth this kind of an effort on a Saturday afternoon, when you got a ton of kids in the ballpark, against a team that you have absolutely got to beat, just an embarrassment to the Yankees' name. And now they're in real danger of dropping 2 out of 3 to the A's, who play in a minor league ballpark and don't even have a city yet. A few things I wanted to point out. After getting 4 hits the other day, Dominguez sat yesterday, so 2 days off in a row, and today, of course, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, so they cooled him off, which is the Boone special. Aaron Judge was red hot, homered in back-to-back games in KC. He sat, and as that guy mentioned, ice cold since then. Ice cold. Austin Wells swings at the first pitch entirely too much for a guy who is now batting .214 with a .699 OPS. This guy is supposed to be an offensive first catcher. He's supposed to be a masher. And he doesn't mash jack. And to make it worse, bonehead play on defense today. Awful. We got a call here from Brian about that.
My golly, if there isn't another sign that we should be attempting at times to play small ball because good things can happen. That bunt that dropped and Wells panics and throws to first base where the guy's running the whole time. Meanwhile, the other 2 base runners have to stop and hold up because they think the ball's going to get caught. You see clear as day on the replay. And mind you, I do have the advantage of replay. But you see clear as day, the guy on second base may have been a third down the line to third base. Maybe 100%. Just literally 1/3, a quarter to a third of the way down the line.
100%. 100%. And Austin Wells, I get he's trying to focus on the ball, but this is where the other players on the field have to communicate. The coaches have to communicate. People got to be shouting. Second base. You know? It's and the ball was going to go. I mean, there's just a lot of problems on that play. Stanton has done nothing since he's come back. We'll talk about him in just a minute. Let's get to the recap.
Let's go. Let's get it going.
This one very difficult to recap. Obviously ugly, 7-0. Yankees didn't do anything offensively. Clarke Schmidt continued to tack on his scoreless inning streak to begin the game. We'll spotlight him in a minute, but he got up to 28 1/3 scoreless innings. I was kind of hoping he would start the game 6 up, 6 down, so he'd at least get the equivalent of 9 straight no-hit innings, but he gave up a hit to what would have been the last hitter of the game, like if you had kept it forward, right? So it was just, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't work out that way. It was just kind of like a little mental thing I was having fun with just to try and make the game interesting. I mean, offensively, nothing today. I mean, the highlights, a nice piece of 2-strike hitting by Bellinger in his first at-bat, served an opposite field single. He hit 300 a couple years ago. He's a good hitter. Be nice to see him go on a tear and pick this team up offensively. Judge came up just short on what would have been a 3-run home run and came up just short of what would have been a 2-run home run. But he continues to struggle with runners on base. We got some calls about him. He needs to get it going. He is clearly in a funk right now. He is human. We understand that. But as he goes, so do the Yankees. And it is time for him to get going. He's got to recognize that. Wykin says, like clockwork, this team is turning into trash. June, Boone, swoon, it is. A's jumped out to a 4-0 lead. You had the home run from Rooker. You had the 3-run home run from Kurtz. And at that point, I was thinking, honestly, this game is probably over. And I was correct. Goldschmidt, he broke an 0-for-20 streak with a single. And that's pretty much it offensively. Yankees had 3 hits today. LeMahieu had a base hit. Volpe walked a couple of times. But, I mean, if you look at the numbers here, a lot of the average is starting to fall. And I still think average is important for this very reason, right? You need hits. Goldschmidt down to 285. Bellinger at 264. Judge down 50 points. He's hitting 354 now. Still great, but down 50 points from a couple of weeks ago. I mean, you got Chisholm, 237. Stanton, 235. Volpe, 228. Wells, 214. LeMahieu, 248. And Dominguez, 250 after a 3-strikeout game. Again, you sit him against a righty. You play him against a lefty. You got to get him in there every day. He's your top prospect. Look, I can't with Boone anymore. I just can't with Boone. We can't continue to go through this. Got to fire Boone. Got to fire him. Get rid of him. This is why they won't put me on Yes Network, because I want to fire Boone too often. I got to say, Clarke Schmidt threw the ball better than his stat line indicates, but broke a very strong stretch of scoreless baseball. 7 no-hit innings last time out. Entered the game at 25 1/3 scoreless innings. Today he went 3 scoreless before he finally allowed a solo home run to Brent Rooker with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. But hell of a streak. 28 1/3 innings, the equivalent of more than 3 consecutive shutouts. First run that he's allowed since June 4th, which is, pretty terrific. But still, lost the game. He was pretty efficient. Brian Bashman says, if you go by exit velocity and spin rate, we actually won this game. I like that. That's a good comment, Brian. Anyway, he was still pretty efficient. He was cruising into the 6th, but then he walked 2 hitters on 8 pitches and served up a 3-run home run. You can't do that, right? If you can walk people or you can give up home runs. You can't do both. And it's not the home run that kills you. It's the 2 walks before it. I've said that many times this year. So, tough game. Final line, 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, topped out at 94.9 through 85 pitches. ERA is at 3.09. Tough day. Giancarlo Stanton. And we got to update his average here because he just popped out and I've got to update it. He's down to 235 on the season. 235. And his OPS is 581. This is not the type of stuff that you expect to see from Giancarlo Stanton. The exit velocity when he's made contact has been okay, but let's take a look at his StatCast stuff. Obviously not qualified. His hard hit percentage is good. The bat speed still 80.2 miles an hour. I mean, he doesn't qualify for anything, but, a lot of blue, a lot of really low numbers here. And I really just kind of need him to go on a nuclear streak, right? He's another guy who can pick up this offense. It's time for him to get it going. We can't have you going cold for a month. You know, you came into a lineup that was cold, got to inject some life, do what you got to do. If you got to take some extra reps on the traject machine, then do it. Let's get to some voicemails because we got some people that are just very upset.
Hey, Derek, it's Willie. You know, Judge, while his wife was pregnant, he was knocking the hell out the ball. Now she ain't pregnant no more. I think he's having a little too much sex now.
I'm just going to leave that one where it is. I'm going to let that one breathe. All right, we got Willie. I got to start screening Willie's calls. Here's
Derek, Mo from the Bronx. I wanted to talk about the dead balls.
Judge doesn't have dead balls, sounds like.
I'm 100% riding on the dead balls from an argument. I think there's 100% dead balls because I'm looking at the Judge fly out here in the third with runs on second and third. And he just, it was 322 feet, 100.9 miles off the bat with a 27-degree launch angle. I mean, like, that has to. This is Aaron Judge we're talking about.
Yep.
Like, that's a fastball down the middle, and he hits it 101 miles per hour, basically, in Yankee Stadium to the short porch, and it doesn't go out. I 100%.
I mean, hey, look, both teams play with the same baseballs, and the A's scored 7 runs. So, you know, pardon me if I don't want to blame the baseballs. I want to blame the Yankees and their offense. You know, I mean, I don't know if it's the approach. I don't know what it is. But we're just not hitting. Just not hitting. Got a call here about the analytics.
Hey, Derek. Watching the game. Well, the game hasn't started yet. I'm here in Florida. I think the Yankees are too analytical. I think they're too analytical for their own good. The fact that Jason Dominguez now officially had 2 days off after having a 4-hit game, and we wonder why these guys don't develop the way they should. I think we're trying to be too smart. We don't feel for the game anymore. Aaron Boone, whoever these guys, analytics guy, they don't have a feel for the game. They just want to be analytical, and I think it's killing this team. Thanks, man.
Appreciate the call. Analytics have been a concern of the fans for a long time. The recent interview with Clint Frazier, you know, he talked about how they don't believe in guys getting hot. You know, I've talked a lot with Eric Kratz, and he talks about the Yankees' over-reliance on analytics. These are guys who played for the team. These aren't analysts. These are guys who played for the team. So don't take my word from it. Don't take this caller's word from it. Take the word of the people who played. And they say, yes, the Yankees are far too analytical. You know? And Welkin does bring up a good point. He says no analytics tell you to use Stroman. Seems like a move out of necessity. His paycheck says you got to pitch him. I don't think Hal wants to, pay him to go home. We got a chat here from Franklin Lopez. Says yet again, making trash teams shine the Yankees way. 100% agree. Got to beat the A's. Got to beat the A's every time. Gabriel says screw Boone. We lose in June. They'll book Cancun. First round exit in 5. I guess we'll find out.
Hey, Derek, it's Ted. Ugh. This team is looking eerily similar to last year's team. People playing out of position like Jazz Chisholm. We need a spark at the top of the lineup. We need a leadoff hitter still, like Glaber did last year. Judge in the clutch again. I think Derek going to have to start adding a prayer to this podcast because the only way we're going to win it is if Judge has his A-Rod 2009. And that's what I'm trying to bank on from here on out. Later.
All right, so I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now to come up with a prayer for Aaron Judge to hit in the clutch. So let's see what they come up with. It says, a Bronx prayer for clutch hitting. In the name of Pinstripes, amen. O mighty baseball gods who dwell in dugouts and dance in the dirt, grant thy servant Aaron Judge the calm of Jeter, the eyes of Mattingly, and the bat speed of peak A-Rod, minus the drama. Let his swing be level, let his wind be still, let the pitcher hang a slider like laundry on a Sunday. Deliver us a rope to left, a missile to center, or a bloop that breaks the hearts in Boston. Let his timing be divine, his knees unshaken, and his bat blessed by the ghosts of 161st Street. If the moment be big, may the captain be bigger, and may the ball land somewhere they'll still be talking about next April. Amen. I think that's a pretty solid little prayer there. Here's MB.
Hey, it's Mary Beth, and it's the bottom of the eighth, and it's 7-0, and this makes your job, your passion, your love hard today. Because here we go. There's no reason that we played the way we played except for vibrations. What is it? They win a good game last night and they come out today and there's nothing on the field is disgraceful. So it's one of those days. There you go. Hang it up.
Appreciate the call. Yeah, I mean, energy just very low right now on the team. Quick word from Arena Club, then back to take some final comments and wrap things up.
Kratz, real question for you. So I'm in Arena Club and I opened up a slab pack. I pulled a Wyatt Langford auto rookie card. I got an immediate offer from Arena Club. I turned it down. It was in the mid 300s range. I've gotten a few offers since. Thoughts on Wyatt? Should I hold on?
I saw it. I didn't see it when you ripped the pack, but it looks so sick with everything around it and how it's spinning in your showroom. That John looked nice. But no, you shouldn't sell it. Maybe wait till he makes an all-star or two, and all of a sudden that 300 goes up, and you're going to get another instant offer right away on Arena Club.
That's right. Buy, sell, trade. Slab packs are there for you too, to rip a pack. And for me, I'm just leaving it in the showroom for now. I'm deciding what I'm going to do with it. But if I did want to sell it, then I can get myself another slab pack or buy a card that I want to buy. Get 20% off your first slab pack or card purchase by going to arenaclub.com/Val. Use code FOUL.
Jared Williams sums it up nicely. He says, well, this sucks. And I have to say, I agree. Mrs. Ref says, what a mess. And then Val in NY says, the Yankees play guy actually said botched bunt play was... Sorry, the Yankees play-by-play guy actually said the botched bunt play was uncharacteristic of this team. Are you kidding me? That play was very characteristic. All season they've made bad plays like that. I have to agree with Val. They can't field for nothing. 100% agree with Val. Lori C. Promoting the store. Visit NYYDesigns.shop. Get you some swag. Just because the Yankees suck doesn't mean your swag has to. Brian Bashman says Kratz' performance in these is magical. Kratz is a American gem. Samantha says the botched bunt play was an embarrassment. They had a lot of embarrassing moments today. The offense in its entirety was an embarrassment today. In its entirety. The Yankees play in June has mostly been an embarrassment. And now you got to win a rubber game tomorrow with a guy who hasn't pitched since April and has an 11.57 ERA. Now maybe Marcus Stroman will prove us wrong. You know, maybe Marcus Stroman will have a great day. He'll keep the A's off balance, and maybe he'll get the belt tomorrow and win player of the game. But I somehow doubt it. I feel like an ex-Yankee dominated us today in JP Sears, and I feel like Luis Severino is going to have his turn tomorrow. The way this offense is playing, I just don't think they're going to be able to put up enough runs to support Marcus Stroman. Not that I think Marcus Stroman's going to be good. I think he's probably going to get shelled. But I hope I'm wrong. We'll see. All right, guys, reminder, follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. I'm going to go watch the rain a little bit more because better than watching the Yankees. I'll catch you next time. If you made it this far, do us a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community. You can also be a part of the show by calling in at 718-899-1068. Also, part of the way that we maintain and fund all of this is through NYYDesigns.shop. Check it out now. Get all sorts of fun Yankees merch, hats, hoodies, zip-ups, beanies, mugs, you name it. We've got it. Check it out, NYYDesigns.shop. And check out Pinstripe Territory on all your favorite podcast platforms. We are the official Yankees podcast of the Foul Territory Network. We're here for post-game shows after every single game, and we're here before a lot of games to talk about the game, preview the lineup, the pitching matchups, and things like that. And we're here all off-season to talk about the latest in Yankees rumors, news, etc. Join our community. We'll see you next time.